Hello everyone, my name is Sharon. I'm going to do a lyre comparison for you today. I started out with my lyre a few months ago using this one here. It's made by Aklot, and a week ago I purchased a Sega lyre. So now that I have two of them, I thought it would be a good idea for me to share um, the things that I found really cool on both, things that I like about each of them, and the things that are don't like so much. So this is just an honest feedback, an honest review on the two. I am not promoting either of the items. Just get that straight. I'm not paid by Sega. I'm not paid by Aklot. I just thought, just for my friends who are looking to play the lyre and see what's a good instrument and what's not a good instrument. When I first started to look at the lyre, because I didn't know personally what to get and I didn't know who else played the lyre, I actually just went on the review. I read all of the reviews, and I was really going for the price point because I don't have much money to invest on one of those really nice expensive lyres, and I just wanted something to try out and see if I like it. So for that reason, the Aklot was really good. Lots of good reviews on them. The price point was really good. There's a few different packages where you can buy them. I opted for just a really cheap one because I just really wanted the lyre, and I didn't need all of the pickup and any of the other things that you can get with them. So the lyre was my main thing, and that's what I got. So this one here is a 16 string lyre. I first got one of those bean lyres, same brand Aklot. I returned it the same day because I realized after I got it that some of the strings are not accessible to me on the left hand. So I believe three of the strings are hidden on this side and two of the strings are hidden on that side. It's just because of the way that the bean lyres are made. And not knowing much about the lyres, I thought that that would handicap me. A little bit of a background on me, I'm a harpist. So to me, the more strings, the better. And to me, with the lyre, thinking of it, approaching it as a harpist, I thought that you need to be able to access all of the strings with both hands. And that's why I returned that one and I got this one instead because I can see that I can access all of the strings. This one is called the deer head lyre because guess what? Shaped like a deer. Now, for the things that I love about this lyre, I'm gonna say that first. I love the lyre. First of all, because of the price point, it fit my budget. It fit what I wanted it to do, and the price point was good for me. Again, lots of good reviews on the lyre. It has a very good body. It's for me, I think it's made well for the price. There's no sharp edges on it. It's a beautiful lyre. I think it's well made. The strings are good. The tone is good, and best of all, it keeps in tune. And I think for most, well, I would say all of musicians, that would be the key thing: is does it keep in tune? And this one does keep in tune. After a week of getting it and tuning it just about every day, mind you, when it comes to string instrument, tuning it every day, even after a long time, um, is kind of mandatory because it's wood. The wood contracts and expands based on the temperature. So sometimes if I want to play my harp indoors and I haven't tuned it for a while, it's great. I can just go and play it right away. But if I decide to take my lyre to the park and play it there, I probably will need to tune it again because of the difference in temperature. So the other thing that I really like about the lyre is the tone. It does have a good tone for the small instrument that it is. Um, I'll just play it for you. So you can see it's in tune right now. I just tuned it today, so it should be in tune. So that's how it sounds. I think it sounds very lovely. I was able to start learning and playing a few songs on it right off the bat. What I don't like about the lyre is the spacing. The string spacing is very, very narrow. So you can see I have very small hands, very small fingers. I'm a small person, but even for me, getting my fingers in there, it's a bit tricky. I think that took me the longest time. Is like trying to find the strings. I color coded them again. Being a harpist, it was good for me to find out where the C strings are and the F strings are. So I painted them with nail polish because all of the strings look the same to me. So as a beginner, that might be something you might want to consider, just so you have more of a visibility on the differences on the strings. I forgot to say one other thing that's really good about it is, can I put it a bit closer to you? See the name of the notes, the names of the strings are engraved right on it, so you can actually see if you pay attention where the notes are. So if you're playing at it, looking at it, then you don't need the colored strings. But because of the way I play it this way. I can't really see the notes very well. That's why I decided to just paint a bit on the top. I use nail polish, blue and red nail polish. If you want to do that, that's totally optional. So back to the strings. The thing that I didn't like the most about it is the string spacing. It was hard for me to work with it, but after a while I got used to it. And like you said, I was able to play quite a lot of beginning songs on this lyre, and it made me think about how much I really do enjoy playing it, which is why I got the Sega Lyre. The Sega Lyre has more strings. Again, being a harpist, I love that. I love that it has more strings, which means I can play more songs. Both of them are in the key of C, so I'm right now, unless I want to change some of the strings, I am restricted to the key of C. But you do have the option of changing the strings manually by tuning them up and down. So what I love about this lyre, you could see right away the string spacing on them is quite generous. It's it's much easier for me to put my fingers on it, even at the bottom here. They're spaced very well. I'm gonna bring back the Aklot lyre, and so hopefully you can see it side by side. You can see that the strings, quite a big difference in the spacing. This one is some of it, depending on which part of the body you're at, it's not even half of the string sizing. Whereas this one is very consistent. See, it's very level. Apart from the last three strings here, they're a little bit tighter, but it's not an issue for me at all. And now that I know more about how to play the lyre, I'm not so much concerned about the strings not being accessible to me with my left hand, or this very last string, because now I kind of know how to play it much better, and I know when to play those strings. So this is a bean shaped lyre, again, because it's shaped like a bean. The other thing that I really love about this lyre, I should also mention, this is a very inexpensive lyre for the size. It's not going to break the bank. So I'm not going to tell you how much it is, because there's different price point depending on where you're going to buy it. So do shop around if you are thinking of getting this one. Find the best deals, because they are made by the same company, regardless of where you're buying it from. If you can buy it at a better deal and it's the same brand, that I would go with that one. So very beautiful, very pretty. I love the detail on it. Love the details on that. It makes it look very pretty. The sound is excellent. You can hear that it's so much more fuller than the Aklot. The resonance on it is so much better. I think probably because it does have a bigger body. So there's a lot more resonance with the difference in body. The string tension is really good. The spacing is really good. If you look at it closely as well, the name of the notes are engraved right on the top, which is excellent. And not only the name of the notes, it also tells you which part of the range those notes should be under. So if you have a tuner and you have the range on your tuner, you can actually go and make sure it's tuned properly by by the range. Your middle C is right over here, C4. That's how I know it's a middle C, because C4 is middle C on the piano. This plays very well. I love this harp. I've only had it for a week and already it's starting to keep its tune. I tuned it today and I just had to do minor tweaks on it. So that is a really good sign that this is going to be an instrument that will serve me well. So these are my two lyres right now. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope it's helpful to you. If you have any questions or any feedback, this is the first time ever that I've done this. So I apologize if it's not very good. If I'm long winded, I do apologize, but I've never done a review before and I just really wanted to do this just as a thank you to all of my friends and to those that are wanting to look for a lyre, just for suggestions. I don't want to suggest what lyre is going to be good for you because it is really a personal preference. You have to really love the sound that you're gonna get on the instrument. If there is a music store close by to you that sells lyre and you can try them before you buy, I would suggest that. I I wish there was a store close by to me that actually offers Lyre. I did do a lot of Google searches to see if I'm willing to travel even 2 hours away to try them before I buy, but unfortunately there's not one near me. So my options really was to look at the reviews on the sites where they're being sold, look at YouTube, see what people are playing out there. I was very lucky because the lady that I'm following right now on how to learn the lyres, she also plays a Sega brand lyre. So to me, that was kind of like a no-brainer. If it's working for her and it sounds really good, probably a good lyre for me. So that's part of the decision I made this lyre. So again, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. And if you have any questions or any feedback, let me know down the comments. Catch you later.